Baby, cause I need to know now because... Oh, it's recording. Hey, what's happening, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well out there. Hope you're feeling good. Just one of them days. Let's go ahead and listen to the mission. We're going to listen to this track, Wasteland. This is off of their album, of which the name I have to pull up because I didn't pull it up. God's Own Medicine, Slurp It Down. This is off of their debut studio album released in 1986. So it's been a while since we've listened to the mission. I listened to one track from them, really enjoyed that, and I felt like listening to some more. I was in a goth mood, and I was like, let's listen to the mission. So this particular track had been suggested by Barbu Deluxe, Jay Fergs. I believe that you recommended this as well. Big Joppy, and that's it. Just you three. So thank you to you three, special few. So yeah, that's all I got to say. Let's go ahead and listen to the track. We will talk about it after. Hold on. Here we go.
Believe in God, but God no longer believes in me. There's a crystal view from my window, and I can see the years to come. I live for the burn and the sting of pleasure. I live for the sword, the steel and the gun. I can tear down the walls, storm the barricades, run to the place where the frightened crawl. Desire lurks beyond good and evil, so I dance on the graves where the hallowed fall. Over this land, over this wasteland, over this land, over this
I like how that ended too. I think that was the most quiet I've been in a reaction video for a long time. There wasn't any particular reason. I just didn't feel like speaking, to be honest. All right. This is pretty much what I was expecting when I wanted to listen to the mission. Kind of like Tower of Strength in that it builds up, kind of as its previous namesake, Tower. Like, it builds up so nicely. It's pretty samey in a certain way, in the way that the structure is, right? It's very verse, chorus, and each verse and chorus pretty much sounds exactly the same. It's not until the very end where you have some distinct differences in the structure, and even then it doesn't change too much. But what I really like is that it's a solid structure, because the verse is great. I love those traveling drums. That nice gothic atmosphere in the back. The guitar, which I can't say in the first verse, I didn't notice, but from the chorus, the first chorus leading into the second and subsequent sections, I like how the guitar is sustained almost like a ghostly wind that's whistling and weaving its way in throughout the trees and the forest of this particular track. I like that. It provides this beautifully ambient and yet at the same time gloomy kind of atmosphere to the music. The singing is wonderful. Vocals by Wayne Hussey. He sounds great, charismatic, a little bit of, not growl, but he puts a little bit of, just like a couple moments in the track, but otherwise it's a very smooth affair. The keyboards, which I want to say were brought in especially more at the last chorus, and then following after that was also a really strong touch, and you have a little bit of an organ play at the very end. This was just a nicely structured, kind of rising track that organically builds upon itself. I use that word a lot when I'm talking about a track like this with this kind of composition. And what I mean when I say like something's building up organically is that it's not like, okay, first verse, you have these instruments. The chorus, you have these instruments, but it's just a little bit more powerful. The second verse, it may add an instrument or add a different melody or whatever, but it still keeps the same structure or skeleton as the first verse. That's just building up upon itself. That's kind of what I mean, is that it's not so much new instruments are added, but new sounds, melodies, like I said, that sustained guitar note or the keyboards near the end. Like, it just feels like it's naturally growing instead of, okay, just toss in something new to say like we're making it rise and become bigger and whatever. That's what I mean. All right, the lyrics, let me pull it back up here. So it begins, I still believe in God, but God no longer believes in me, which is a really fantastic statement to open up with. There's a crystal view from my window, and I can see years to come. I live for the burn and the sting of pleasure. I live for the sword, the steel, and the gun. I can tear down walls, storm the barricades, run to the place where the frightened crawl. Desire lurks beyond good and evil, so I dance on the graves where the hallowed fall. I like the opening lines. There's a crystal view from my window and I can see years to come. Like, from this particular point in his life, he can see the future and what's to come. Now, what is his response to that? Over this land, all over this wasteland, all over this land, all over this wasteland. You can touch, but please keep your distance. You're innocent and pure with no shame. The spirit is willing and the flesh is craved. You teased and you taunt with the pleasure of pain. Heaven and hell, I know them well, but I haven't yet made my choice. I love that line. I'm feeling scared because I'm shouting loud and no one can hear my voice. I'm walking the tight wire, can't look down, strung out high above you all. Fateful winds blows through this land. How's my name? Heralds my fall. Like, if he's not careful, this wasteland that he's looking out over, metaphorically, could be his new home or where he ends up. But he doesn't want to end up in that wasteland. So like he kind of says, he's walking a tight wire and he can't look down. So he's looking down at everybody, or some people be like, y'all ended up down there. I'm trying to just make my way across here without falling off of this metaphorical tightrope here. Great track. Let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments down below. Follow me in a bunch of places that are here on the screen. Thank you as always for being here. Come back tomorrow, and I will see you all then, guys.